Welcome everybody to Galactic Science. This is episode 20, the big 20. Well, didn't think I was actually going to get it to this far. Okay, here I am presenting the string machine. This is the machine that is now making me string and wool responsible for making a lot of my Galactic craft wiring, machines, and everything else for my return trip to Mars. For getting all these interpearls together, I've managed to get myself an ender quarry happening, and we're going to go back and fix my dash problem. Alright, so as you can see, I'll just run through the machine anyway. We're using B-space barrels hooked up, basically having B-space barrels for each individual element that I need. Everything except nitrogen. At the moment, I don't have a steady supply of nitrogen for the time being. So I've just been cutting barrels to and fro. I do have an idea to basically make more nitrogen. There is a way I might be able to do that by using that thing, the fission generator. It's not a generator, it's a reactor. But that comes later. So pretty much it's transfer nodes extracting out to rationing pipes along the top. So the rationing pipes, of course, restrict the items going into the synthesizers here to one stack only. Now, here's the tricky part. The chemical process that requires string, let's go to the end product here. It requires glycine, serine, and aniline. Now, the serine and let me think. Yep, the glycine and the aniline are very, very straightforward syntheses. Syntheses? Yeah, one of those. So there's not much to them. Just put that in here, you get one out. Easy. So for those three, done. Those two, sorry. But for the serine, you actually need carbon, hydrogen plus nitrate, which is another synthesis process on top of everything else we're doing. So basically I have this synthesizer here. That's making my nitrate. Of course, we've got oxygen and nitrogen being pumped into here, and that's been extracted out and back around the system and is pretty much putting one stack of nitrate in each individual synthesizer, which is no real big fuss. It's a bit of a plug, but it basically shoves it back into here where it's used to make the serine. That's all been taken out and put into here. I'm using a transfer node in the middle here. Now, this energy transfer node is supplying energy to all the synthesizer in the network. So I don't have to run power cables, which is actually really handy. I'm also using my wrench to restrict items from backflowing through the transfer node here. So you see the lines here, the dark line followed by the lighter ones. Basically, it will only let items flow that way through the transfer cables. So items can only flow that way, and items can only flow that way. So no items can actually bridge this gap where the energy is coming out, which is actually very, very handy. Basically, it allows me to actually have all these synthesizers being powered, no ugly power cables, and it looks rather nice. So with those there, I'm able to basically make stacks of string. I think in future I could probably put a refined relocation extractor and a crafting module to basically make the string into wool. I've been doing it by hand of late, but I could further automate the system even further, but I really don't need to. Now, good suppliers of nitrogen, I have found decomposing arrows. Arrows has always been a good one. And also gunpowder. Gunpowder you get, I'm not entirely sure what the chemical composition of it. It's potassium nitrate, I think. No, there's none here. Well, basically, it's potassium and nitrogen and oxygen. So you can break that down and you can get nitrogen. You can also get potassium also. There probably, yeah, another way to actually get nitrogen. Let's see. if I could spell properly. Nitrogen is N of 7, so atomic mass of 7. What's the atomic mass of 14? So basically the fission breaks things down into half. So if I go here, I can just break down silicon into nitrogen. Silicon, I don't have in huge supplies, but I still could use those. So that's an option for getting nitrogen. But still, I've managed to get enough string together to make my Return to Mars pack. This end of this bag of holding here. We've got the rocket. Got launch pads, yep, good, okay. Fuel loaders, got that. Aluminium wire, lots of it, because I have been making lots of advanced solar panels. Now, I did a little bit of testing, and it seems as though 11 is enough to power the Ender Quarry to a fairly standard rate of, say, a Buildcraft quarry, which is not exactly fast, but it's not exactly slow either. Now, the dimensional chest here, it's a little bit bugged at the moment in this particular version of Galactic Science. I'll just show you exactly why. The dimensional chests, they are made of the solid dimensional core and the dimensional walls. The dimensional walls are the problem. They are made like thus. However, there is something called a linker, which has exactly the same recipe. So I know I have all the materials. I need these dimensional chests to make the trip to Mars to be the last trip to Mars. So I've actually cheated in the walls. I've got all the resources to do it, so I feel completely justified to do it. I will not cheat in the dash that I lost due to my own stupidity and upgrading modular storage. So, but we're going back to Mars and we're going to mine the crap out of it. So, let's get things happening, shall we? Not much has happened out here. Not much different. The only thing the different is I've actually powered that. Right, so the one thing I could probably do is tap into some power over here. Maybe. Could I actually run... I'm not entirely sure whether I can actually do this. Oh, you can too. Let's tap into this power over here. I'm relying on the solar power to power my fuel loader for the return home. Right, so... rocket pad, I think... I am sure that I'm not doing this right, because the fuel loader will want to be powered on a particular side. Right, so that's the landing pad, a fuel loader. That goes there like that. Quite happy there. Right, so I'm just going to have to get those cables back out again. So if you're going on your first trip to Mars, definitely take some other power supply with you. And then we have, in my bag, a fuel tank. And I'm going to be using fluid conduits. So one of those there like that. Fluid conduit. Right click on there. And go to extract. So it's got these nice little arrows pointing that way. And redstone signal. Awesome. It's now filling the fuel tank here. So let's get my rocket and let's go back to Mars. I also pre-prepared a magnum torch also, because I don't remember if I left one on Mars or not. So that's going to be the first thing I put down. Oh, wow, holy hell. The loader has pretty much taken all of the fuel out of this fuel tank, which makes me a little concerned. Does make me a little concerned indeed. So there's also been suggested to actually take some... Okay, that's actually... Fuel tanks can be filled with fuel canisters. I do have in one of the dimensional chests. If I go here, sorry for about the third person view. Let's get back to that. Let's open this and we'll link into frequency number 2. Change. No, it's not doing anything. Well, maybe it's not linked into anything at all. Now, I've got butene here in... butene's in frequency 2. Interesting. Locked? Yes, no. Okay, so... Public. Right. Maybe I haven't actually put down the second dimensional chest. I thought I had, but obviously I had not. So let's do that. We're going to take this dimensional chest here. Plonk that there. Take this ender chest with the filled fuel canisters. I may need these to get home. And so we're going to convert that to frequency. The other one's frequency 2. So this one being frequency 1 will be all right. So let's put the fuel canisters. I think there's an ender chest up there. I can't remember from the last time I was there. So that dimensional chest is on frequency 2. If I go out here to this other chest, and that's on frequency 2, and the other one was frequency 1, my bad. So if we change that, boom, we can now access the filled fuel canisters. Isn't that great? So that will work cross-dimensionally too. So I'm going to take that. Let me see. So the rocket, let's make sure the rocket is filled. Check, 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 check. Yes, rocket is full. Check. Right. So let's get back to first person. Actually, I wonder if I can do this. We'll take the fuel tank like such. We are going to insert and extract. Nope, can't extract all the fuel that's in the fuel loader. That is pretty unfortunate. So, yes, I might just hang around. I do have some other fuel being created in... Actually, I'll grab that. Let's grab that one, shall we? Yes. Because we need to take that fuel loader with us, and as I'm concerned, as soon as I break it, the fuel that's in the loader is going to go bye-bye. So what I'm going to do, got some fuel here I've been continuing to make. I'll just take that with me. That should be enough, I think. Should be enough to get us back home. So we'll take our wire with us. Right, okay, all good. Did not know you can actually hook the regular power cables up to the heavy aluminium wires. Well, we learn something new every day. Okay, so that's that. Let's get into my rocket and let's go to Mars. And I'll probably do a bit of a cut here because the blast off is a lengthy process and I don't really want you to sit through that. So I'll see you when we get to Mars. And here we are, falling back down. Let's see. Do I want to go this way? I saw the base of where we were before. I don't know if there's actually a magnum torch already down there. I'm quite hoping so. Right, let's go here. Grab the rocket. There we go. I don't have any empty things. I might actually just leave the landing balloons there. I may just reuse those afterwards. So let's get over. Wow, I'm just so used to running on the moon. It's usually a lot damn quicker than this. Right, quickly. Running. Actually, I do already have a little bit down here already. Aha. So, actually a Starlink generator with a little bit of power in it. Fantastic. An empty tank and a fuel loader with fuel in it. I didn't need to worry that much at all. Right, let's get down, plop down the magnum torch, so we are not interrupted in the things that I am going to be doing. And here is the other ender chest that we had from pretty much the moon base. Right, so let's get these things set up. I have a small concern that I'm not entirely sure whether Mars actually has meteors. It may do. So the setup of the Ender Quarry is going to be a little bit, I suppose, on the strange side. So that's the takeoff. Where's the nice flat arrow? No, there is meteor. So it could be a concern that I'm going to lose some solar panels in the whole process. So I'm going to actually basically work in some redundancy for this. So we go like that, and I'm going to start putting solar panels out like such in a bit of an array. So I'm going to try and minimize the amount of power outage I may have. I may come back at some point or another. Or then again, I may not. Right, so can't put that there. You can put it there. Right, okay. So I'm just going to try and spread these out a little bit. Power, power, power. Can't obviously go back that way, so we're going to go this way. And to protect the Ender Quarry, because I don't trust these things, not in the slightest, we're going to put a little bit of a cover over this. Now, okay. Well, that's something interesting. I could I cover? I can't cover the solar panels completely, but I might be able to minimize the amount of damage that possibly can be done. So let's cover a section as much as we can. Okay, so we can actually put them there like such. Let's see, collecting energy. Okay, there's no environmental boost here. It's quite sad to say, but we can actually cover the solar panels fairly extensively. So I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so that's going to be there like that. How much power, well, how effective this is actually going to be. But still, it's free energy. I don't have to worry about it. So I'm just going to like really protect one arm of this thing. I'm not going to go too ballistic. And also, I didn't actually bring that much double compressed cobblestone with me. All right, so let's get the rest of these panels out. Now they're hooked in that way, so I think the power, yep, they go like that. Awesome. Cool, so I can put in another 3. Yeah, on the moon, the power tests were actually fairly good. Here is not quite so great, because we got to basically try and struggle through atmosphere as well. Right, now let's see, can I do that? Yep, excellent, good. Like that. And let's see. I suppose I could probably go try and work my way through here. All I really need is a good few hours of desk collection and I'll be good. Right, so that's the power. And I could actually... I could actually hook up the Stirling generator to the whole kit and caboodle too afterwards. Right, so that's there. Let's just check this one. 12 RF per tick. Could be better. I could come back and do more. But for now, let's put down the ender markers. Let's see, make sure the Y location, okay, Y92. I'm just going to go for wander out a very long way that way and a long way that way. And I'm going to mark out a huge area to mine the crap out of Mars. So be right back. Right, we're back. The thing's set up. Right, let's click on the quarry. Yes, successfully established boundary. Nice. I've went about 150 blocks that way and probably about the same that way. It's one huge area. And now that's it's draining all the power that I just created in the day, the Mars day that it was. It'll be interesting to see how much power. Actually, that's quite a fair amount of power that created in that space of time. But what I can do is take my rocket here, all right? The fuel loader I've got up here is already set up, so I can just basically stick the rocket back down again, get that all nice and juiced up, and then I can actually take the Stirling generator from here, and I might be able to do something with this ender chest. What I could do with that ender chest is actually link that up to my system where I have... actually, I could actually use the ender chest instead of this dimensional chest. I think we'll do that instead, right? Okay. Because there is a dimensional chest back at base that has butane in it. So I'm actually going to change my mind on how to do things here. I'm going to use this ender chest, standard bulk vanilla stuff. Come here. Right. So you are going to be placed... Where did you go? Oh. Apparently you can't break them like that. Oh well. Looks like my plan of getting extra power here went to buggery. Well, never mind. So we've got our dimensional chest here. Great, fantastic. Don't think I've got anything else in here. Spare oxygen tank. Let's just check my other bags just in case. You never know. I might have something interesting. What's in this one? Oh, I do have a stack of butane here. I may come back, I may not. Probably not, actually. So I've got absolutely no power to the quarry during nighttime. So I'm going to just basically sit here around the magnum torch here, wait for daytime, and we'll see what the power results are going to be like. Well, finally the sun came around. Well, actually, the day-night cycle on Mars is actually a lot darn sight quicker than it is on, well, what was the Earth-like planet, and definitely a lot quicker than what it was on the Moon. So the sun's come up. The solar panels should flip over fairly shortly. Anytime soon, anytime now. And that looks really janky, that does. All right, let's get back to the first-person view. I got a little used to actually working in third person, doing a lot of work with space engineers of late. And that was a bit of fun I'd had on a bit of a live stream on the weekend. All right, so the panels are up. They are charging. All right, cool. Collecting energy, 5 RF per tick. Holy crap. All right, let's see. What's the damage? How many parts am I going to make? Okay, it takes 1. So I suppose it's not too bad. It is slow, but it's consistent. And it'll probably give me a short burst of materials here and there. It's not going to totally interrupt my usual, I suppose, sifting operations I've got at the moon, but it'll hopefully, given the amount of fortune upgrades I've got in one of my sifters, I might be able to get a reasonable amount of dash from that, and I only really need maybe a stack or two to basically keep me going. But there should be more than enough area out here. Hopefully none of these get hit by meteors, and we'll get some dash coming back. So I'm going to take the rocket back to the moon. I'd like to say thank you for everyone for coming, and as a special treat, if you stick around a little bit after the fade out from the rocket blast from Mars back to the moon, I have a special treat for you, being episode 20. So let's just check my fuel. Yep, fuel is good. Let's go back home. Hey folks, sorry for about the huge glare out the back window. It's the sun has come up, and that window I can't really do much with. So apologies for the overexposed side of me right here. So, but anyway, 20 episodes. Thank you everybody who's actually come along and enjoyed my work here and putting up with just Galactic Science on my channel for the last, I don't know, a few weeks. More like about a month and a half, maybe two. And also, welcome to everybody who's come along since the Galactic Science series has actually, I suppose, semi-taken off. And focusing just on Galactic Science has actually helped me out a great deal because, of course, I work 40 hours a week, I study. I also live stream on the weekends, if you didn't know, on twitch.tv/Raetac. You can actually see this on Fridays and Saturdays for 8 hours. Well, if you want to stick around for 8 hours, that I do the live stream. But yeah, I don't remember I don't recall the times off the top of my head. But yeah, 8 hours in any particular day, you probably will catch me. But yeah, definitely head over to Twitch and maybe follow me there if you'd like to catch up at some point or another. All right, folks. Well, thank you all for 20 wonderful episodes of you watching me, and yeah, getting my channel back onto a bit of a more of a stable footing for the future. Okay, folks. Well, I'll see you for the next probably however many episodes it takes me to get to Gallifrey to become the next Time Lord. See you then.